Out of every 10 people who decide it's finally time to lose body fat and get in shape, only a few actually reach their goal. What's even more surprising is that many of those who succeed end up gaining the weight back within a few years. So what makes the small group of people who stay lean for life different? Is it because they have better genetics, stronger willpower, or incredible discipline? Not really. After looking at the routines of some of the leanest people in the world, reviewing the latest scientific research, and learning from leading fitness experts, one clear pattern stands out. People who maintain a lean body for years don't depend on motivation, crash diets, or spending endless hours doing cardio. Instead, they've built a few simple habits into their daily lives. These habits become so automatic that staying lean no longer feels like a constant struggle. In today's video from Physio Decoded, I'm going to walk you through the exact system they follow, and it all begins with a habit that sounds almost impossible at first. Some of the leanest people on the planet actually eat more food than many people who struggle with being overweight. It seems confusing at first. Most people believe that eating more always leads to gaining weight, but that's not necessarily true. The key idea is something scientists call high energy flux. Imagine your body like a fireplace. A small fire only burns a little wood, while a large fire burns through much more. Your body works in a similar way. Some people create a lifestyle where they burn more energy throughout the entire day. Because of that, they can eat more food while still maintaining a lean body. This doesn't mean they're living in the gym or exercising for hours every day. In fact, a big part of the difference comes from everything they do outside of formal workouts. They walk more, choose the stairs over elevators, spend less time sitting, stand whenever possible, and keep themselves moving instead of staying inactive for long periods. Each of these small choices may seem insignificant on its own, but together they can burn hundreds of extra calories every day. Over weeks, months, and years, that adds up to a huge advantage. That's why naturally lean people often don't feel like they're constantly dieting. Instead of forcing themselves to eat less all the time, they've created a lifestyle that allows them to eat enough while staying physically active. If you want one simple place to begin today, focus on increasing your daily movement. Try to reach around 8,000 to 10,000 steps each day. The real goal isn't simply eating less food. It's building a body that uses the food you eat more effectively through regular movement. But here's something many people don't realize. Moving more by itself isn't enough. The next habit could be even more important, yet it's rarely discussed. The second habit is incredibly simple, but it may be one of the biggest reasons some people stay lean for years while others repeatedly lose weight only to gain it back again. They regularly keep track of their progress. Now, this doesn't mean spending every day obsessing over calories or weighing every bite of food forever. That's not the point. The difference is that successful people don't rely only on guesswork. Many people assume they're eating well, believe they're active enough, and feel like they're making progress. Unfortunately, what we believe is happening and what's actually happening are often very different. Research has repeatedly shown that people usually underestimate how much they eat while overestimating how active they are. That's exactly why self-monitoring is so valuable. Numbers provide an honest picture. People who successfully maintain their weight usually keep an eye on at least one important measure. Some check their body weight regularly. Others monitor their daily step count. Some focus on hitting enough protein every day, while others simply notice how their clothes fit over time. The specific method isn't nearly as important as being consistent with it. Think of it like driving a car on a long journey. You wouldn't keep driving without occasionally looking at the fuel gauge. Yet many people try to manage their body weight without checking any signs of how they're actually doing. The goal isn't to become perfect. The goal is to stay aware. When you catch small changes early, making small adjustments is easy. If you ignore them for too long, those small changes can turn into much bigger problems. Even then, people who stay active and monitor their progress can still struggle with cravings, constant hunger, and making poor food choices. That leads us to another habit that many of the world's best coaches consider absolutely essential: sleep. If there's one habit that almost every naturally lean person protects, it's getting enough quality sleep. Yet it's usually the first thing people give up when work, family, or other responsibilities become overwhelming. Most people think sleep is only about feeling refreshed the next morning, but its impact goes much deeper than that. When it comes to staying lean, sleep does much more than help you feel rested. It has a direct impact on your hunger levels, food cravings, decision-making, recovery, and even how your body responds while losing fat. Think about this for a moment. Imagine two people following exactly the same fat loss plan. They eat the same number of calories, follow the same workouts, and have the same goal. The only difference is that one person consistently gets 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, while the other regularly sleeps much less. Who is more likely to stay lean with less effort? The research gives us a clear answer. When people don't get enough sleep, they usually feel hungrier, crave unhealthy processed foods more often, and find it much harder to stick to healthy eating habits. Suddenly, making good food choices requires far more self-control than it should. The effects don't stop there. Poor sleep can also slow recovery after exercise, reduce workout performance, and make it more difficult to maintain muscle while losing body fat. That's why experienced fitness coaches treat quality sleep as a priority. It's not because it's exciting or trendy, but because it quietly influences nearly every part of successful fat loss and long-term body composition. If improving your sleep feels difficult, don't try to change everything at once. Start with a few simple habits. Go to bed around the same time every night. Avoid caffeine too late in the day. Reduce screen time before bed, especially bright phone or computer screens. Small improvements in your sleep routine can lead to surprisingly noticeable results. Once your sleep is under control, the next habit becomes much easier to maintain. And this one can make or break your nutrition plan. Many people believe staying lean is simply about eating less food. But if you observe people who maintain a healthy body fat percentage year after year, you'll notice they usually aren't constantly dieting. They don't spend their lives counting every calorie, and they certainly don't survive on tiny salads every day. Instead, they follow a simple pattern. Most of the time, they choose nutritious, high-quality meals. That doesn't mean every meal is perfect, or that they never enjoy dessert or their favorite treats. It simply means the majority of their meals are built from foods that naturally make staying lean easier. When researchers study nutrition experts, successful coaches, and people who have maintained long-term weight loss, the same approach keeps showing up. They prioritize protein first, include plenty of fruits and vegetables, then add quality carbohydrate sources along with healthy fats. There's a good reason this works so well. Protein helps protect muscle while keeping you full for longer. Fruits and vegetables increase the size of your meals without adding many calories. Whole food carbohydrates provide steady energy instead of causing rapid spikes and crashes that often trigger cravings. Here's the reality. When you're extremely hungry, your body isn't thinking about your fitness goals. It's simply looking for food. The more satisfying and filling your meals are, the easier it becomes to stay consistent without constantly relying on willpower. That's one of the biggest differences. Lean people don't spend every day fighting hunger. They build meals that support the way their body naturally works instead of constantly battling against it. Once regular movement, self-monitoring, quality sleep, and good nutrition all start working together, something interesting happens. You stop depending on motivation. The people who stay lean for the longest time aren't successful because they're always motivated. They're successful because they've built reliable systems. You might be thinking, that all makes sense. I understand the habits and the science. But what happens when motivation disappears? The truth is, motivation always fades eventually. Professional athletes lose motivation. Fitness coaches lose motivation. Even people who've stayed lean for decades have days when they don't feel like training or eating well. The difference is that they never expect motivation to carry them forever. They rely on systems instead. Many people approach fat loss based on emotion. They watch an inspiring video, see an old photo, or step on the scale and suddenly feel ready to change their lives. For a few days, everything goes perfectly. They eat well, train hard, and feel unstoppable. Then real life steps in. Work becomes stressful, sleep gets interrupted, the weather is bad, energy levels drop. Before long, the entire routine falls apart. Why? Because the plan depended on feelings. People who stay lean take a different approach. They remove as many daily decisions as possible by creating routines. They go for walks at the same time each day. They buy similar healthy groceries every week. They always keep high-protein foods available. They schedule workouts before their day gets too busy. In other words, they make healthy choices the easiest choices. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't wake up every morning wondering whether you should do it. It's simply part of your routine. Long-term healthy habits should feel the same way. The objective isn't to force yourself to become more disciplined every single day. The real goal is to build a system that keeps working, even on days when your motivation and discipline are at their lowest. That brings us to perhaps the most important lesson of all. Every successful system is driven by a deeper purpose. It's the reason that keeps you consistent, not just for a few weeks, but for months and even years. Your reason why. Movement, tracking, sleep, and nutrition are all incredibly valuable. But without a meaningful reason behind them, it's difficult to stay committed for the long run. This is where many people struggle. They set goals like losing 20 pounds, getting visible abs, or fitting into smaller clothes. Those goals can create excitement in the beginning, but that excitement often fades with time. Why? Because those goals focus only on results instead of the person you're becoming. People who maintain a lean body for years think differently. Rather than asking only what they want to achieve, they ask who they want to become. Maybe they want enough energy to play with their children. Maybe they want to stay healthy and independent as they get older. Maybe they want the confidence to walk into any room feeling comfortable in their own skin. Those deeper reasons create something much stronger than temporary motivation. They create lasting direction. One helpful way to think about this is through something called a goal hierarchy. At the very top is your why, the deeper reason you want to become leaner and healthier. Under that comes your what, the specific areas that need improvement, such as your nutrition, exercise habits, and sleep routine. At the very bottom is the how. These are the small actions you repeat every single day, like taking a walk after meals, eating enough protein, getting to bed on time, and keeping track of your progress. This is where lasting transformation really begins. When your daily habits are connected to a purpose that truly matters to you, staying consistent becomes much easier. And once you're clear on your reason why, something powerful starts to happen. Instead of constantly chasing weight loss, you begin becoming the kind of person who naturally lives in a way that keeps you lean. That's the difference between temporary success and results that last for years. By this point, we've covered the key habits that help people maintain a lean body: staying active, tracking progress, prioritizing sleep, eating better quality meals, creating reliable systems, and understanding your deeper purpose. But here's the part many people overlook. None of these habits reach their full potential on their own. Their real power comes from how they work together. Imagine building a house. A roof without walls can't protect you. Walls without a strong foundation won't stay standing. And a foundation without a roof is incomplete. Every part supports the others. Fat loss works exactly the same way. Many people focus on just one area. They start walking more but ignore what they eat. They improve their diet but never get enough sleep. They count calories but spend most of the day sitting still. Then they wonder why the results never seem to last. People who stay lean long-term don't depend on a single strategy. They combine several healthy habits that support one another. Walking regularly helps manage appetite. Better sleep makes healthy food choices easier. Protein-rich meals keep cravings under control. Tracking progress keeps you aware of your habits. And having a meaningful reason for your goals keeps you moving forward when motivation disappears. That's why lasting success often looks surprisingly ordinary from the outside. There are no miracle pills, detox drinks, or secret fat-burning hacks. It's simply a collection of practical habits repeated consistently over time. It may not sound as exciting as the latest fitness trend, but that's exactly why it works. The goal has never been to lose weight for a few weeks. The goal is to become someone who naturally maintains a healthy body for years. That leads to one of the biggest lessons in this entire video. People who stay lean aren't doing extraordinary things. They're simply doing ordinary things with extraordinary consistency. And that mindset has the power to completely change both your body and your life. Before we finish, there's one final idea that separates people who lose weight temporarily from those who keep it off for good. Most people spend years searching for the perfect diet, the perfect workout plan, the perfect supplement, or the perfect shortcut. Eventually, the people who achieve lasting success discover something important. There is no perfect plan. There is only a plan that you can realistically stick with. Think about all the popular diets you've heard about over the years. Low carb, low fat, intermittent fasting, keto, paleo. The truth is that many of them can produce results, but none of them matter if you can't continue following them long term. The better question isn't, what's the fastest way to lose fat? It's, what habits can I still see myself doing a year from now? That's where permanent results come from. People who stay lean haven't uncovered some hidden secret. They've simply found an approach that fits their life. It's a routine they can maintain during stressful weeks, busy schedules, vacations, holidays, and even on days when they don't feel motivated at all. That's why consistency will always beat perfection. Missing one workout won't erase your progress. One unhealthy meal won't undo all your hard work. One poor night's sleep won't ruin your results.